So what I'm doing now is I have a meeting I have to do it in 10 minutes, but I'm starting to get ready. I bought 100 feet of speaker wire, and I bought 2 rolls of it. So there's actually 400 feet because I'm going to split the speaker wire in half. You're going to separate it and then tie it together. So I have 400 feet of wire. I'm going to use that and run up and actually make a correct doublet. And not try to tie off cables, because all I did was make a long random wire, and that random wire sucks. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try again here after the meeting. In the meantime, I'm gonna just separate all this cable. She got her grill going. It's a camping grill we got a long time ago. She's finally using it, although it's not burning quite right. Got everything all set up out here. Yeah, it still works to cook. It's the flame is funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just needs probably just cleaned, like with maybe take a wire and stick in there and clean all the...
Really? I don't think I ever used it, but...
So she's fixed all the breakfast, and here we are.
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Scrambled for Dad.
So the other day I tried this at 40 feet. Color change is 20 feet, 20, 40. So I was at right about 40 feet there. I tried 40 feet. I tied to the cables, but the cables were tied together. I kind of figured it wouldn't work, but I figured I'd give it a try. It basically ended up just being a long wire, random wire antenna. Got lots of noise. Basically the feed line became the antenna. Didn't work. So I'm going to bring this all the way back. I'm going to bring this cable here, this is about 35 feet. I'm going to bring it up to here and put my radio here. I'm going to go up to another 35 feet or so. So I'm going to be at around 75 feet. So 2 more sections, 2 more color changes. I'll be about 75 feet. And then I have 400 feet of wire, 200 feet each. This is 200 feet, that's 200 feet, more than enough. And I will string that out. Obviously this is not for a long-term antenna. I'm just experimenting. So that's why I'm using such light stuff. This is just to test it, to see what's involved in making a doublet, how well it might work. What would happen if you pick 200 feet, just a random number. So I'll have basically a 400-foot dipole, which is way more than 160 meters. So in any case, that's what I'll have. Let's see what happens. All right, got my harness all fastened on. Don't do this without a harness, guys, ever. I'm not going to film it. I don't have my GoPro with me. If you want, Google my channel and you'll see a video that says like 160 feet straight up. Search for that on my channel. 160 feet straight up, you'll find me climbing this tower. And you'll be able to see with my GoPro on, and also this footage of the person following me up with the camera. So I'm not worried about doing that here. Maybe I'll just clip that in so that you can see it. And you can just pretend I'm doing it right now.
40 feet are going to be annoying. You'll see what I would say that.
Because of these guys?
Well, there's just a lot of stuff in the way.
Well, that was an epic fail. I got to the 40-foot point. I hoisted all my gear up that I needed to use to put it on some stacks, and I realized somehow I managed to include the rope, the tie-off rope that I was going to use to tie up the ladder line. And so I was trying to use one of those jumper wires, which probably wouldn't have worked anyway because it was a wire, even though it was insulated. Probably wouldn't have worked because it would have been too close. I was going to wrap that around and use that. And while I was screwing with that, I dropped one of my 200-foot rolls. And so then I had to climb all the way down. So I don't have any help trying to do this. The neighbor, my mom's worker, is in the other yard. I mean, if I would have fallen, of course I have a thing, the most I would have fallen was 2 feet, so I wouldn't have got hurt. But, I mean, I would have screamed all the way down, he would have known, but it's not like he would have been able to help me. He's not, you know, he's next door. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to have to play with this on field day, setting up our antennas. I'll be back in Iowa about 1 or 2 tomorrow. Get a good rest. And Britton and I and Chuck, which no one has met on this channel yet, I don't think. He's one of the hams in our group. We are going to be setting up the antennas for field day. I don't think we're going to get too much help from anybody else. They're all party poopies. Party poopies. I guess I need to start packing up because it's getting late. It's probably 1 or 2 now. So I learned some things if you're climbing a tower. If you look at the, when you take the test, it says you shouldn't climb a tower by yourself anyway. Just note on the test, says do not do it. But I did have appropriate gear and stuff like that, so I felt fairly confident I'd be safe. And again, if something did happen, people knew I was climbing it, but my mom's 80-some years old. It's not like she can help me build an antenna. So it's like they knew where I was at, they knew what I was doing. They were paying attention, but they couldn't help with this. And I wasn't going to ask them to. So, and my brother's laid up, and Tom and Bree are out off somewhere. So it was just me trying to do this, and it was an epic fail. So rather than trying to carry it up on a rope, something like that, carrying it up on a rope after you've already got up there, that's one thing, but then you need to do something before you disconnect it from that rope. You need to secure the items to your person, which I did not do. So, you know, tie it all to a rope, get to your destination, pull it up on the rope, and have some shorter ropes or whatever that you can then tie that stuff off while it's up there. I had set it on, we have little platforms, like that one right there. That's a lower one, that's only about 25 feet. And I was way up. I had gotten to the 40 foot and I had started screwing with that antenna. The antenna's not there anymore. The wires, the feed line's down. I had decided to pull the rope up that high because at that point I was contemplating, do I really want to go to 80 feet or do I just want to try stringing off where I was already at? Pulled the rope up. That's when I realized I forgot to take the little piece of rope I cut off from my tie-off line to hang the ladder line. And that's when I started messing with that. I brought it all up. I had untied it from the rope. I'd set it all on the tray. I sat down on the tray. I was working with the ladder line, trying to figure out how I was going to suspend it if I even went higher. And then when I got a loop around the ladder line so I could carry it up further and figure what I was going to do with that, I stood up and it was stuck to my pants and the 200 foot of wire just fell right to the ground. Just something to think out before you go to climb a tower. Again, I normally don't climb this tower. The few times I've climbed this tower literally was just to climb up and look out, as you saw in the footage that I showed earlier. It wasn't to carry gear or anything like that. So this is the first time I've actually climbed this tower, well, second, other than the first day I climbed up, just taking the ladder line to 40 feet. This is the first time I actually climbed this tower with the intent of taking up a bunch of stuff and figuring out how to build an antenna, and I failed miserably. So note to anybody doing this, proper planning on how to secure your items so that you don't drop them would be a good thing to do. Yes, I am an idiot. All right, well, I'm going to pack this up because I do have to get going, and we will try making a big antenna on field day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to practice it here. The makeshift data cable that I made works fine for like the 817, 2.5 watts. Doesn't cause too much RFI. As soon as I do 5 watts, it generally kicks out the USB card. But that makeshift data cable on my 891 at 50 watts or anything above 5 watts, even around 5 watts, it does kick out the sound card. So it just didn't work. So I used a rig blaster, and I didn't even have to use I didn't even use the push to talk feature of the rig blaster. I didn't even have it plugged into the USB. All I used was the line jacks on the rig blaster and then went to the radio, and they must have the right filtering in there that prevented radio interference from coming into the radio. However, that did not work when I was using random wire. With random wire, the interference came all the way back to the radio, and it was just too much. It still would kick out the USB. If I did the actual coax to my 20 meter dipole, I was able to run 50 watts, and in fact I even did some tests with 100 watts, and it never kicked out the sound card. So something like the rig blaster, there is that isolation filter, which I'll have to learn more how to do, because without it, when I just use a straight through cable and just map the pins, I can't really do more than 2.5 watts. So, sorry, this is kind of a rough week. Got busy doing things. The videos weren't really complete, but at least got a little idea of what to try. So that sums up the trip. I'm gonna pack up all my stuff. Here's all my antenna bag. So I got my 200 feet of wire added to the kit. Power cord, my antenna analyzer. Here's my satellite antenna. So all this is just for antenna stuff. That's what this bag is for. This is an old speaker stand bag. That's what it is. Works pretty good. So now I have to wrap up my ladder line, and I'll be out of here. Next video you see from me will probably be somewhere on the road on my way home. Alright, so a while back we went to the the Air Museum in Denver with Grandpa, and my mom picked up this for Artie and I, one for Artie and I accidentally took his with me. So 2 years later, we're finally here going to put them together.
What is this, to prove to your mother you're doing it?
No, it's just something we want.
Your video.
Yes. Me and Johnny having fun. Because
Oh,
we
well.
were not very successful on our,
Having fun?
well, we weren't very successful on our tire wire. We gave up on it.
Yeah.
I actually feel better now. We could actually do it, but he can't do it now.
No, it's too late.
So, well, it takes several hours for us to start over now. And this
Did
is
you
what
get
we're
it out?
dealing with. I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. What did I do with it? Wait a minute. Which was yours? Oh, here it is. Let me finish it. I got it. I got it ready.
Oh, okay.
It's just about there. I just got to keep doing it. Oh, that's when she told me I had to get light for us. There we go. All nice and perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, now we're supposed to bend it around this thing.
It's in mine. And
What are you building?
it's an X-Wing.
There, take a picture of that. We're building that.
If you get too close, it won't focus.
It's focusing.
Oh, and that's what it looks there. That's the package.
Oh, so we bend it in that
Oh, where
shape.
did we get these? Tell her where we got it.
I already did.
Oh.
It was the Air Wings over the Rockies in Denver. Okay, so that's what I got so far. We've been working on this, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, actually, it doesn't look too bad, actually.
2 hours so far.
I like it.
It's been very exasperating. No R2-D2, no pilot. Let's see what
Look
Artie's
at
got.
mine. Well, here's R2-D2.
This is
That's
insane.
R2-D2.
Look.
That's the cockpit I'm supposed to build together.
Yeah, seriously. And the instructor said you might need a pair of needle nose pliers.
Here is my...
Yeah. Yeah, you just need a little pair of needle nose pliers. That's all you need.
There.
Yeah.
There's my guy. Is it
Yeah.
focused on him?
It's not. It's never going to come in.
Oh, you can't even see it anyway. It's so small you can't tell. No, you act. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Okay, you almost had it. I would just stop. There you go. You had it. There you go. That's it.
That's it.
It literally. Give him an idea. I should put my finger there.
Yeah, it's like.
Do I need to move my finger?
No, I already got that.
Okay. This is crazy, son. Bub, look at him. Look at my little guy, though. He's cool.
So, needless to say, these little metal model things are not for
Kids.
kids in any shape or
And it
form.
may not even be for
unless
men.
they're experienced. They're for experienced model builders with the right lighting, the right magnification, and the right jeweler's kit. We're going to go ahead and box this up. We're going to set it aside. The next time I come to Colorado, we're going to finish them. That's not going to happen. He's going to get some better tools so that we can do this. I don't think it'll look too horrible. I've got most of it straightened out.
It looks pretty cool right now.
But literally, when did we start this?
A couple hours ago.
Yeah, we've got 2 hours, and Artie.
That's actually looking pretty good.
Artie hasn't even got to the wings yet. These wings took 15 minutes to get in. It's a nightmare. So yeah, if you buy one of these for your kids, they better be very, very good at model building, and they better have tools. What's it say?
It's a Star Trek metal
Star
Earth
Wars.
3D.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
This is the 3D Star Wars Metal Earth. Any of the Metal Earths, you've seen them all over the place. They have dinosaurs, they have Star Wars, they have Enterprises from Star Trek, they have all kinds of things. So any of these, you really need magnifying glass, magnifying light like what you'd use for using a solder iron, something like that. Very, very small needle nose pliers. very small, and a lot of patience.
Yeah, see,
So,
that guy's supposed to go on here.
These are definitely not for the faint of heart. It is cool. I've seen what they look like when they're finished, and they look really cool, but they require a lot of effort. So keep that in mind if you buy this for a gift for anybody. Again, I guess this is where we're going to
They
stop.
could actually get mad at you.
Yeah, they could get mad at you.
They say, what the heck were they thinking getting this from me?
We're going to box these up. I've got to get some sleep, and then now I'm going to get some sleep and get on the road. I know I said I was going to do that before, but I forgot I wanted to start these. Like I say, I had these for 2 years. My mom bought them for me and my brother.
I know why we had them for 2 years.
Well, I kept
Probably
forgetting.
subconsciously knew it.
We were avoiding it. It does look cool. So,
think you're gonna
just so we don't forget where Artie puts these, I am going to record where he's putting them, and it's going to be saved forever in this YouTube video so that we can always come back to it and find it.
Okay.
So where are you
both
putting it?
pads I'm laying right here.
Okay, so
There's
you put it up.
one. There's the other, and then I'm going to put yours way back to the back.
So it's right there behind the Enterprise.
Yep, and it should never move. It should just stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay! I am to Eisenhower Tunnel. 11 hours to go. God, it doesn't feel like I'm making good time.